What's up, guys? I'm BTC. We got some more interesting clues over in the Lijiang Tower, and this weekend you can play Overwatch for free. For those of you that watch my videos but don't actually own the game, or maybe you have a friend or family member who you want to try to get interested in Overwatch, well, you're in luck because this weekend, February 16th through the 19th, you can play Overwatch for free on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4. And yes, you get to keep all of the levels and the cosmetic items that you get during the free weekend. So if you decide to buy the game next week or next month, all of that stuff will still be there on your account. I'm going to put a link down below, and it should answer any other questions that you might have. Moving on to more discoveries in Lijiang Tower. The other day, I made a video talking about the picture frame that has Harold Winston and then Winston the character in one of the offices, and then in the other office was a wheelchair that kind of like appeared not too long ago. Well, in the comment section of my video, a bunch of you guys started telling me about some handprints and some other things that can be found throughout the map. So I started looking a little more into this, and apparently there are a bunch of handprints all over the place. Not just on Lijiang Tower, but also on the Horizon Lunar Colony. And in addition to that, there appears to be a blood trail of some kind through Lijiang Tower. So let's go check this stuff out. We're going to start in the office with the wheelchair, and it was pointed out that this wheelchair has actually been here for quite a while, probably a couple months. It's just for whatever reason nobody noticed it. Probably because this is an out-of-the-way room and almost nobody comes in here. Now, there's another thing in this room, though, that we're going to be looking at, and that is going to be handprints. So if you look at the desk, you'll notice in the glare, there's a handprint. Now, if you just walk by, you're never going to see this. So if you have it on low settings or something, then it's just never going to show up. But if you have the right lighting and shadows, that is absolutely a handprint on the desk. And that is not the only one. There's a whole bunch more, too. So again, we have to use like the lighting and the reflections and stuff in order to actually find this stuff. So you'll notice there's like some dirty spots and stuff, and it just kind of like, you know, it makes it look like it's been used. But then there are two handprints right there. So that's one, and that's the other one. So very clearly, something small was trying to climb onto this little area right here. And that's where this whole theory comes from. It's either a baby Winston, or it's Hammond. So I don't think it's going to be Winston, because it appears that Winston actually came to Earth when he was a fully grown adult. And we'll get back to that in just a second here. But first, let me show you some more of these. So there is some more stuff right here. You can see like a coffee ring. Man, you guys got to use some coasters. But right there, it appears that there is yet another kind of like a half handprint there. So let's head over to the other office, because there's some more stuff in here as well. So this is believed to be Harold Winston's office. And for the sake of clarity, I'm going to say Harold for the human and Winston for the gorilla. So as you can see right here, that is the portrait that Harold and Winston took. And then we can notice that there are some more handprints in here as well. We got to look at the glare once more. And there it is, right there. So something was sitting in this chair, and very clearly there is a handprint there. Now that could be human, but it looks like it might be something else. Perhaps like a chimpanzee or something. And here's another partial handprint right there. This one's a little bit hard to see. You can see, there you go. You got like a couple fingers and then the thumb right there. And then over here, it's the same thing from the other room. Where is it? There it is right there. You can see double handprints on that as well. Now, this isn't the only place that we've seen these kind of handprints. The other location is the Horizon Lunar Colony. Moving over to Horizon Lunar Colony, we're going to find a bunch more of those handprints and some other interesting stuff. So first up is at the telescope desk. You can see there is very clearly a handprint right there, but this is a workstation, so that could be a human handprint, or it could be Winston or Hammond or any of the others. We have no idea. And then this desk right here, I'm pointing it out just because that same picture is there. It's Harold and Winston. And now we're going to go and find some more of those handprints. So throughout the map, there are a bunch of these blue crates. And on every single crate is the same handprint. So right there, you can see it in the bottom left of the blue crate. Then we're going to head outside. And there's another one up here. Right there. And then we're going to head very quickly off to the end of the map, because there's a bunch more of those blue crates. But you'll notice that it's the exact same texture on every single one of them. So there you go. You got the handprint again, and then another one. It's right there. And then a couple more over here as well. So the thing I want to point out is, yes, there are handprints on these blue crates, but it's the same texture on every single one of them. So I would think that if they're trying to make it special, if they're trying to make it stand out, that they wouldn't just reuse the same texture over and over and over again. To me, that more feels like they're just kind of putting it there to make it, I don't know, look a little bit different, right? Like to add some kind of realistic feel to it. Now, another thing I want to point out in here is the spacesuits. And these are the human spacesuits. You can see all the scientists had their own spacesuits. And they're all there, which means that the humans probably didn't make it out of here alive. However, the Winston, that's Harold Winston, the scientist, his spacesuit is gone. Now, there is absolutely no way the Winston gorilla could use one of these spacesuits to get out. He had his own, and you can actually see it in the Watchpoint Gibraltar map. So you can very clearly see this is a gorilla-sized spacesuit, and it is completely different from any of the other ones that we saw on the Horizon Lunar Colony. So that likely means that Harold and Winston both somehow escaped. Did Hammond escape as well? We don't know. He's currently unknown. There's something else interesting in this map that I want to show you, but I'm not really convinced it is what people think it is. So we're going to go into this office here. This is Harold Winston's office, and there's a couple of things on the wall that I want to show you. So the first one is right there, then right there, and then right there. And they all look like kind of stains that are dripping down. It's the same image used for all three of them. And then we look on the floor, and this might be a little difficult for you guys to see, but there's a red stain right there, and people have speculated that it's a blood stain of some kind. And the reason is because there seems to be a trail of them. Here's another one right here. And in this room, there's also a couple more. There's one right there. There's one right there. And another right there. You go down the stairs. Here's another one. This is really easy to see, so you guys probably have no problem seeing that one. And then another one, another one, another one right there. You can head outside, and there's another one right there. There's a bunch of them outside. Now, again, the texture that's used for these supposed bloodstains all seem to be the exact same texture. Like, they might be rotated a little bit, but for the most part, it seems to all be the same texture. Then there's nothing up here at all, and we'll come back to that in a second. There's another one right here, and there's a couple more, like one right there, and then another one right there, and another right here. And then it supposedly goes in here, and you can see that one, and then that one, and then that one, and then a couple right here, and then right there, and there's even kind of like one off towards the wall right there. Now, the idea is that this is a blood trail that leads from one office to the other, and it goes all the way around the outside of the map. But I want to show you a couple of things. First of all, these bloodstains only show up on the wood paneling. They never show up on any of the tiles or any of the concrete or anything like that. It's only the wood paneling floor. Also, why would there be a bloodstain in this corner right there if it's going from office to office? And then there's another one over here that's like underneath the chair. That doesn't make any sense at all either. And then there's a couple over here as well. There's one specifically right there. So, like, why is there no stains whatsoever on any of the concrete parts? I mean, I guess you could say, oh, like it got washed off or something, and maybe the wood parts, you know, it kind of like soaked in or something like that. I don't really know about that, though. Like, it seems to me like whatever this is, it's just like a texture that was used to kind of break up the wood paneling on the floor a little bit, or something like that. I don't know, but it seems like it happens. Like, look at, there's another one right over here. So if the idea is that the person who was bleeding or whatever came in through here and then went over there, like, why would there be a big stain right there? It doesn't make any sense. So either it's just a texture that was just used to make the wood paneling like look a little bit different, or the people who were like putting the kind of, you know, the supposed blood trail around, like they just kind of like threw it like everywhere just to kind of like throw people off or something. I don't know, but I'm kind of leaning towards it's just a texture. It has nothing to do with like a blood trail or anything like that. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. Also, don't forget to check out my Discord server. Follow me on Twitch and Twitter. The links are down below. Thanks for watching. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault. Also, special thanks to all my Patreon supporters for helping to make this all possible. If you'd like to see what kind of cool rewards you can get for supporting the channel, check the links on screen and down below.